Welcome everyone to another session of DPI Presents. This is an opportunity for you to come in and learn about business tips and strategies to help fuel growth in your own business. But today we wanted to talk about failure. Renee and I understand that failure is something that is not talked about in business, yet it is a reality that if you are in business, if you are taking a risk, failure and rejection is a part of it. Do you agree, Renee?
It's an absolute part of it. And I'm so glad that we're talking about this topic because I would probably venture to say, almost guaranteed, that every business owner has experienced failure in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it was a marketing strategy that you thought was like the next best thing, and nothing resulted from it. Or maybe it was a product, it was a service that you rolled out and it did not get traction at all. And so we need to talk about it because it is something that we will all experience as business owners. I've experienced it. You've experienced it. I don't even know that I can count how many times things haven't gone the way that I wanted it to go.
We have absolutely lost track because it is a part of business. But when you have that setback in your business, the resilient part of it is the ability to look forward. So we believe here at DPI that failure is a powerful tool. And when we say failure, we want to make it clear you are not a failure. Maybe there was a financial setback. Maybe there was an emotional setback. Maybe the timing was off. I remember that Renee and I had spent months coming up with this idea of this program that we wanted to present into the marketplace, and it did not gain any traction. And I remember Renee saying to me, it's just not our time yet. So maybe the timing is a little bit off, but we wanted to talk about some ways that you can reframe this. Every single failure leaves a clue, a trail of clues for your next success. So what's most important is that you not beat yourself up about the failure. You took the risk. Way to go. We're so proud of you. We believe in you. But let's just talk about some ways that we can reframe it. So one of the ways that I love to reframe is really understand, as I talk to my own business consultant, what went wrong? Where do I need to tweak my strategy? Where do I need to course correct? When you put something out bravely into the marketplace, there's going to be many iterations. So sometimes it's just figuring out, where did I go wrong? Be willing to have that reflection moment in your business.
I was about to say you have to be willing to look back. Right. A lot of times when we experience failure, the thing that takes place is we just want to move on. We don't want to review it. We just want to move on. And you really do need to have that time of reflection to really take a look and see what didn't go right. So I absolutely agree. You've got to reflect, but then you've got to move beyond it. Right. I really believe that is the next step, is that you really have to look forward. Now you've had that learning experience. At this point, maybe are some different strategies you need to put into place. Maybe there is a launch team you need to think about having before you go to market, before you roll out something new for marketing, a new product, a new service. Maybe you need to have a really tight-knit focus group to take a look and give you some really good, honest feedback. Because a lot of times we go it alone. We've not consulted with anybody. And so I think that's a really good next step. Not that I even think, I know it is a good step. You need to have that focus group. You need to have someone other than yourself taking a look at your marketing and what you're trying to roll out for as a new product or service.
I agree. And listen, that's why DPI is here. We are that safe space, that non-judgmental space. You want to have trusted advisors, and DPI is definitely that. I also want to say, if you're getting ready to launch something from a financial perspective, what many people will think about is just the initial expenses that they need to launch. So if you're in the restaurant business, you're thinking about, how do I build out whatever space? But what we don't think about is the money that is needed to float until we're able to get to that break-even point. So you're going to have to spend money a lot of money before you ever take in money. It's all about your cash flow management. So when you're talking to investors or you're thinking about how you're going to bootstrap the launch of whatever it might be, you want to make sure you're thinking about what is that initial investment? What is my build out to be able to repurpose this space? But then also, how am I going to float payroll for maybe the first 3 to 6 months until I have a rhythm of cash flow coming in? So make sure you're looking at it from those two different perspectives. Renee, I remember when you rebranded your business, that was something that took you by surprise. The money you needed to be able to float until there was a rhythm of cash flowing into the business. Is that
And
accurate?
it is. And I do want to reframe it from a standpoint of it will seem, especially when you are new as a business owner, or maybe you are rebranding yourself as a business owner. It is oftentimes we will say, I'm spending money, I'm bleeding money. We've all heard it. What I want you to reframe that to say is, I am investing, because that little tweak in what you are doing will allow you the freedom to know that you are investing in something that you are building to be sustainable long term. Yes, there will be dollars going out, a lot of dollars. But with that being the case, if you've done your due diligence prior to you moving forward in a business, then you have made some concessions and you have some knowledge of what that looks like and how much money you will need. Now, of course, I will always say you're going to need more than what the paper and the pen tells you need. So make sure you do have a little bit of space in your budget just for miscellaneous, because it will pop up. Inflation, things are higher priced. It may take longer than you anticipated to do your build out. And so your income may not be coming in as soon or as quick or as much as you would want, but just make sure and know you are investing in you.
Yes. Thank you for that, Renee. That mindset, that's a growth mindset. The ability to be able to say, this is an investment. I love that. So I think one of the last things as we get ready to wrap up here, it's important to make sure that what you're going to market with is not what you want to push into the market, but what are your clients actually asking for? It is important to do your market research, competitive analysis. DPI can absolutely help you with that, because many times we're just pushing out into the market what we want. We've not done any focus groups. We've not asked any of our clients. One thing that Renee is very strong and passionate about, getting that customer feedback, even when it is not so great in regards to what someone will
Mhm.
say, but it is important feedback for us as business owners. So make sure your after sales process, there is a way to collect reviews, customer testimonials, and look to see what the patterns of people are saying, because it really will allow you to become the solution of whatever problem is in your specific industry.
I absolutely agree. And I remember when you were launching your book, you made sure that you had a launch team. You had I think it was only about maybe three or four. We were able to review the manuscript before the launch of your book. So we were able to read it, we were able to digest it, and then we were your biggest advocates when it came time for your best-selling book to go to market. And so it's no different with business.
Yes. So, as we are wrapping up and in conclusion, failure is a part of business, but it is all about how you reframe that perspective. It is a powerful learning tool. Wherever there is innovation, failure is right there. So, remain curious, remain innovative, and don't fear failure. All of our show notes will be in the comment section. So, we look forward to partnering with you. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page.
Yes.